Welcome to LOQation, Cabrini College's weekly news program. I'm Alexa Faragine.
And I'm Dominique DiNardo, and here's your news now.
Cabrini has stepped up its technology game this spring semester with over 30 online or hybrid classes, more non-traditional classes than ever before at Cabrini. LOQation wanted to find out what this means for students.
A hybrid course is a course where some of the instructional time is in a traditional face-to-face format, and the rest is done online. Depending on the class, that percentage can vary. Those online experiences are really replacing our traditional face-to-face class time. And there's a lot of thought that goes into that to make sure that we're not just asking somebody to read a book and take a quiz, but instead we're trying to design some experiences.
I'm taking an online class for global leadership, and it's a 3-credit course. So how the course works is you get, the assignments are given to you every Thursday, and you have 10 days to complete them until the following Sunday. And you submit everything on Blackboard.
At Cabrini, you'll start to see more hybrid classes. In most courses at Cabrini, we see a lot of interaction between students and faculty, and it's really important to us as faculty that we maintain that. And yet, we know that students want and need more flexibility.
I wasn't expecting the course to be as hard as it is. I just have a lot of short essays to write, and they kind of add up to like 10 pages a week compared to my average course. I don't have an essay due every time I attend class.
Some draft definitions of what blended versus hybrid versus online mean, so that you as students, when you go and look at a course listing and you say, oh, that's a hybrid class, it's important that you as students know what that means.
I think it's pretty simple the way they have it set up. You're talking to your instructor and classmates the whole time, so I think it's fine the way they set it up.
A new technology called Jing to use their webcam and go through and do the presentation that way, and then upload it to Blackboard. Students can look at each other's presentations, and it was really kind of fun for me because the student presentations, I believe, were better quality when they were done in front of the webcam than they were when they were done in front of the class.
If you don't have to take an online course, if there's another option, if you could just take a regular course, then I would go with the in-classroom setting. I think it's a lot easier than taking an online course and having the workload that comes along with it.
As students, I'd encourage you to be aware, to look at the different formats, to learn a little bit more about them, and to try some of them.
Winter Week is underway at Cabrini. This Friday, students can attend an ice skating trip to Penn's Landing in Philly. Want to go? Be sure to sign up and seal. Tickets are $10 and vans leave at 7:30. Really bad news on Groundhog Day this week. According to Patch.com, the Puxatawney Phil saw his shadow, and we're in for another 6 weeks of winter. Actually, meteorologists confirm a strong flow of frigid air will be coming from Canada until March. Who doesn't enjoy a good piece of cake? Patch.com has some appetizing news for Philly residents. Buddy Valastro, who's known for his hit TV show Cake Boss, is expanding his bakeries once again into Philadelphia. Valastro made it official on his Facebook page saying, "Here we go. I'm thrilled to announce the Carlos Bakery Familia is expanding to Philly, baby. It's official." And more on the food front, Cavs Corner Cafeteria recently moved the vegetarian station and replaced it with a healthy alternative called Mindful. LOQation got the exclusive on recent change.
We always have our surveys, and everybody, the things, our feedback from the students of what they like, what they don't like, what they would like to see here. And one of the options were for a healthier, a much healthier option. Mindful was something we already had in our menu. We would implement them on a different station. Sometimes it would be on Action or formerly Red Hot or the deli station or over at the Grill Inn or Hometown. But now this semester we gave it its own standalone station. It's pretty much all about being mindful about what you're putting into the body.
You're thinking you're losing something because we added another station, but we also have a vegetarian option which is Action now. So we just kind of switched out. So you're still getting the vegetarian option, just move to another station, but we're still going to incorporate a vegetarian option at Mindful also.
It's more about the portion control and like how many calories, and you're seeing everything that goes in it. Like when there is a picture up there, it'll show you every item that's in there, how many calories that you're getting.
The new station is healthy eating, whereas everything is 700 calories or low every single day. Everything is fresh and local. We still do have the vegetarian option, but you also get a protein in some of your meals on a daily basis. Like you see here, we have here tonight a chicken and broccoli. Everything is gluten-free. No salt, no preservatives. Like I say, everything is locally and fresh. Every day it has to switch up. You're either lunchtime or dinner time. We have something solely for the vegetarians. We alternate back and forth.
The feedback I'm getting from students is they're enjoying this addition to the cafeteria because they're looking for another option, and it's healthier. You see what you're putting in your body. You see the calorie count, but also we're not taking nothing away from you. You also get a vegetarian option with your protein and your vegetable and your starch.
You get something more small and more controlled where you can come back and say, it's good, I can get some more.
The different varieties of food, and also I'm getting students coming up here that I've never even seen before, that doesn't usually come to the cafeteria, but they heard about this station, and I'm getting more students now. So it started off slow, but it's picking up every night now. So it's a popular station.
And that was your trip around the block. Let's check in with Howard Blake and Jason Williams to see what's new in sports.
All right, thanks, Alexa. Once again, I'm Howard Blake.
And I'm Jason Williams.
And today we're going to talk about the crazy ending to Super Bowl 49, the one that has everyone talking. But before we get into that, we're going to touch on campus sports.
Right now, both the men's and women's basketball teams are rolling. The fellas are doing great right now. They're on a 2-game win streak, and their last one came against Centenary College on Alumni Day. The Cavs handled Centenary very well with a blowout win of 104-69. The Cavs were led by senior guard Aaron Walton-Moss, who had 19 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists. That was his 5th triple-double on the season, and the Cavs are rolling. They're now in 4th place in the conference, 11-9 on the season, and 8-5 in the conference. So let's hope the Cavaliers can get it rolling to get the #1 spot in the conference. As for the Lady Cavs are running through this conference. They're now on a 12-game win streak after a blowout win last night against Cairn University. After winning by 70 points last night, 102-32, the Lady Cavaliers find themselves in 1st place in the conference and number 25 on the USA Today's top 25 polls.
Right, congrats to the Lady Cavs. It's well deserved. As far as the men's and women's swim teams, they both topped Ocean County College for their actual senior night. So the men's team won 100-72, while the women's team took down the Vikings 88-59. The 4 seniors being honored: Morgan Griffin, Scott Hunt, Cody Coons, and Megan Tustin. The seniors were actually full effect in the water. Griffin and Tustin actually competed in the 200-yard medley relay and actually got their team the win, especially with a strong push by Tustin at the end, where they won with a time of 2 minutes, 11.51 seconds. But in other news, sophomore Todd Walker actually continued his great season and etched his name in the school record books. He set a school record for the 200-yard butterfly with a time of 2 minutes and 6.59 seconds. Now, the next meet for the swimmers will actually happen in the AMCC Championships at Grove City College the weekend of February 12th through the 14th. Hopefully the seniors can make it a great last go-round, and with a lot of talented swimmers, it looks like they should be the favorites. So now moving on to Super Bowl 49.
The New England Patriots beat the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 49, 28-24, and the play that has everyone talking is the Seattle Seahawks' final play from scrimmage when they're on the 1-yard line. They have the best running back in the league in Marshawn Lynch, and they elect to pass the ball with quarterback Russell Wilson. And the pass is eventually picked off by rookie safety Malcolm Butler. The play has everyone talking because Marshawn Lynch is known for his breakthrough runs, quote-unquote, his nickname is Beast Mode. So, I mean, it's a questionable call by Pete Carroll, who's the head coach of the Seahawks. But you gotta think what the guy's thinking. You give the ball to your best player, who's Russell Wilson, let him make the decision. Russell Wilson made the decision to throw. It was picked off, and the Super Bowl the rest is history.
Yeah, got to live with the results. But in my opinion, like you said, they call Marshawn beast mode for a reason. I mean, on the 5-yard line, after the crazy catch by Jermaine Kearse, that catch is ridiculous. At that point, I'm thinking Tom Brady's about to lose his 3rd straight Super Bowl on a crazy, miraculous catch. But on the 5-yard line, Marshawn barely gets tripped up just before getting into the end zone, and he gets stopped at the 1-yard line.
I mean, there's no guarantee he would have scored. And, I mean, you have 3 chances. At that point, it was 2nd down, so he had 3 chances to score a ball. The worst thing that possibly could have happened. There's no telling what would have happened if he got the ball. Maybe he gets the ball, he gets stopped, he gets stuffed 3 times in a row. Or he gets the ball and he fumbles. There's no telling what could have happened. You just got to agree with the head coach with his decision. Some might not agree, some may agree. Players don't agree, but some players do agree. It's just that in the heat of that moment, you get the ball to your best players. In any sport, you get the ball to the guy that makes the plays. And Russell Wilson makes the plays for the Seattle Seahawks. But, I mean, it was a great Super Bowl all in all.
Definitely. Well, that was this week's sports news. Now let's send it back to Dominique at the news desk.
A Jordanian pilot was burned to death by ISIS. According to CNN, the execution was suspected to have happened on January 3rd, almost a month prior to the video's posting. Since the United States and Jordan are close allies, the King of Jordan and Obama met after the video went viral. With plans for an earth-shaking retaliation, Jordan has already hung 2 of al-Qaeda's prisoners on death row convicted of terrorism. According to the New York Times, the United States is considering sending military aid to the Ukraine to help defend against pro-Russian rebels. Obama's latest statement on the matter was, "I will look at all additional options that are available for us short of military confrontation in trying to address this issue." After a bitter, bloody civil war, South Sudan finally has agreed to a ceasefire. According to the New York Times, during 15 months of conflict, tens of thousands of people have been killed and driven away from their homes. Previously, there was a ceasefire agreement in January 2013, but it has since been broken several times. The city of Rafah, Egypt, will be taken off the Egyptian map. According to the Global Post, there has been an abundance of smuggling and militant behavior in this area. In order to restore the city, Egypt is planning to clear it out. Many are being forced to leave their homes due to reconstruction. The government is hoping to move everyone out to rebuild. Egypt's goal is to create new Rafah without these issues. This year, Cabrini is hosting 3 missioners who are part of Cabrini's Mission Corps. LOQation got an inside look at how these 3 men would give up a year of their lives to serve the Cabrini mission.
A missioner is someone who works at a placement that's related to the Sisters of the Sacred Heart, and we're lucky enough to be here at Cabrini College.
What it means to be a missioner is that you're extending a hospitable and loving heart to everyone around you, and trying to help the disenfranchised in any way you can.
So instead of taking a year off and doing this, it's almost like taking a year on and just doing something a little bit different than a lot of my friends did, but I couldn't have asked for anything else.
So my purpose here, I would say, is first and foremost to be there for the students in whatever way we can.
But sometimes we work with the Wolfington Center. It's a lot of programming, a lot of making sure that the logistics of events are good. It's a lot about student leadership and improving leaders on campus and making sure that students have a role to play in the events that we carry out. Sometimes it's with campus ministry, other times it's with admissions and those types of events. So we do a lot, including being a teacher's assistant for some classes.
But my favorite thing about being a missionary is that every day is kind of different, so it's hard to say like what we do exactly. It kind of depends on the day and what people throw at us.
And just the people in this community are so hospitable that I can say like Cabrini is like my family away from home, which is great.
There is no room on campus for us, and So they're like, oh, where are we going to throw the missioners? And it ended up that we got thrown into the really, really nice house right next to campus that they own.
I always joke that I sleep 100 yards from my office, so, which is convenient because I can roll out of bed in the morning and shower and just walk across the parking lot, emerging behind the trees. But I really enjoy it because it also means that we can be with the students 24/7. So I know a couple times Martin has gotten dinner with students at the rack at like 8 or 9 at night, or we've had reflection night where students came over and shared in our nightly reflection. And that's not something we could do if we lived further away from campus.
Do a post-grad year of service if you look into it. You know, you may not find something that you like, but at least like give it a chance and look into it, because I'd say 9 times out of 10 you're going to see something like, hey, I can see myself doing that, or I can do that. And then, you know, just call and find out a little bit about it and see if it's the right fit for you.
If you are interested in participating in a year of service, visit CabriniMissionCorps.org for more information. And those were this week's big issues. Let's check in with Morgan Williams for your entertainment update.
Snooki took pictures of her newborn, just an hour old, and posted them on Instagram as a Throwback Thursday. Since the birth of her baby 4 months ago, Snooki has been posting the cutest growing pictures of Giovanna. She and her family seem extremely happy together, and with the kids looking just like her and her husband, there's no denying them. Congrats, Snooki. Singer Whitney Houston's daughter was found unconscious in her bathtub. Bobby Brown has been under a lot of stress since the death of her mother back in 2012. She was placed in the hospital, and E! states that she is in a comatose state. Authorities says there isn't any drugs found during the initial search, but let's keep Bobby in our prayers. Vegan meal plans by Beyonce. She says it's called 22 Days of Nutrition. She is partnering with nutrition and exercise psychologist Marco Borges. He created this program to get people motivated. Beyonce says if she can do it, anyone can. It sounds like it will be a success in sales. Let's get thin and healthy with Queen Bee. Well, that was your entertainment update. Now let's head over to the news desk.
So what'd you think of Beyonce's new healthy lifestyle choice?
I like it, but I think she needs to focus on keeping her curves. That's like what she's known for.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, you know she's been doing this for like 2 years now, so she's trying to get her fans on a more healthy lifestyle living. That's all it is.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
That'll be really good for them.
Yeah.
But that's all we have for you this week on Location News. Make sure you stay up to date with us on social media. Simply search Location News.
Now let's see what's coming up next week on Location News. Have a great week, Cabrini.
Next time on Location News.
We see how the record low gas prices will benefit college students.
Then we see how Cabrini students will be spending their Valentine's Day.
Followed by an interview with a Vatican representative.
All this and more, only on Location News.